Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Savannah and Chase Chrisley falling out. What happened? Savannah and Chase Chrisley had a falling out? What happened? Savannah and Chase are siblings. However, it seems they could not be close anymore. This would make the third sibling Savannah is not close to. Fans would sadly not be shocked. Keep reading to find out more about this situation and their relationship. Savannah Chrisley and her estranged siblings. Savannah Chrisley has two older siblings that she is not in touch with, Kyle and Lindsay Chrisley. Kyle has struggled with addiction in the past and ended up losing custody of his daughter, Chloe. Todd and Julie ended up being her legal guardian. Savannah refers to Chloe as her sister. She now has legal custody of her since Julie and Todd are in prison. There has been a lot that has happened between Lindsay and Savannah. However, they are constantly blasting each other on social media. Savannah and Kyle have done the same. However, she may only be close with Grayson and Chloe now. Fans have noticed that Savannah and Chase Chrisley have not posted with each other for a while. Some even noticed that they do not follow each other on Instagram. They went to Reddit to give their opinions on what could have happened. Fans are dying to know what went down between the two. It seems that fans are skeptical about whether Chase and Savannah had a falling out or not. It appears that they do not follow each other on Instagram. They also have not posted with each other for a while. Fans think the two more than likely did have a falling out. However, it is not bad enough that Savannah has blasted him on social media. She has done this for her other two estranged siblings. What do you think happened? A Chrisley family has never been strangers to drama. From financial scandals to courtroom battles, the Chrisleys have had their fair share of headlines. But nothing stings quite like family turning on each other, and lately, fans have been buzzing about a possible rift between siblings Savannah and Chase Chrisley. The pair, once inseparable, built much of their early fame on Chrisley Knows Best. Their playful sibling banter, sarcastic quips, and genuine love for each other became staples of the show. Whether they were pulling pranks, teaming up against their parents, or sharing vulnerable moments, Savannah and Chase were proof that beneath all the glitz, money, and family chaos, their bond was rock solid. But that's where the story takes a turn, because lately that bond doesn't look so solid anymore. From best friends to silent strangers, Savannah and Chase used to be each other's biggest cheerleaders. Savannah supported Chase's ventures, including his attempts at starting a candle line and dabbling in real estate. Chase, in turn, stood by Savannah during her breakups, her beauty pageant days, and the many projects she pursued. However, fans began noticing subtle cracks. The siblings, who once filled each other's Instagram feeds with goofy selfies and behind-the-scenes laughs, suddenly went quiet. No tags, no shout-outs, no visible interaction. At first, many chalked it up to busy schedules. Savannah has been holding down the fort while their parents, Todd and Julie Chrisley, serve prison sentences. She's also been raising her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, which is no small responsibility. Meanwhile, Chase has been carving his own path, spending more time in Florida, pursuing his relationship, and leaning into a different lifestyle. Distance was an easy explanation, but then the interviews and cryptic comments started rolling in. The tension spills over. Savannah has always been outspoken. On her Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley podcast, she often opens up about personal struggles and the behind-the-scenes reality of being a Chrisley. It didn't take long for her to hint at friction with Chase. "I love my brother, I always will," she said in one episode. "But sometimes, people have to learn the hard way, and you can't carry someone through every storm they put themselves in." That one statement sent Chrisley fans into a frenzy. Was Savannah suggesting Chase wasn't stepping up for the family during this difficult time? Was she calling him irresponsible? Meanwhile, Chase had his own perspective. In a separate appearance on a friend's podcast, he threw out a line that sounded like it was aimed straight at his sister. Some people love the spotlight a little too much, and they'll say whatever it takes to stay in it. Suddenly, fans weren't just speculating about a falling out. They were convinced they were watching one play out in the wake of Todd and Julie's imprisonment. The Chrisley parents' incarceration was a bombshell that shook the entire family. Todd and Julie were the glue, controversial, yes, but undeniably central. With them gone, Savannah stepped in as caretaker. She's been raising Grayson and Chloe, managing media appearances, and becoming the spokesperson for the family. Chase, on the other hand, chose a different role. He's been more private, focusing on his own mental health and personal life. While some fans admire his boundaries, others argue that his absence has put too much of the burden on Savannah. It's not hard to imagine how resentment could creep in. Savannah might feel abandoned, carrying the weight of responsibilities her brother doesn't share. Chase might feel judged or misunderstood, accused of not caring enough when, in reality, he simply handles stress differently. Sibling rivalry or something deeper? Sibling rivalries are nothing new, especially in families under a spotlight. But what makes this rift particularly painful is that Savannah and Chase were more than siblings, they were best friends. Their bond often seemed stronger than the average brother-sister relationship, and fans came to expect them as a duo. Now, the cracks in their relationship raise big questions. Is this just a temporary distance, born out of stress and different coping mechanisms? Or has the combination of fame, pressure, and personal choices created a divide too wide to close? Some insiders speculate that money has played a role. With the Chrisley empire crumbling, who manages what and who gets what has reportedly been a point of contention. Others say it's less about finances and more about Savannah's growing independence. She's taken control of the family narrative, and Chase may feel overshadowed. The social media silence. For reality TV fans, social media is often the biggest clue, and in this case, the silence is deafening. Months have passed without Savannah posting about Chase or vice versa. Their usual sibling banter is gone. No birthday tributes, no holiday family pics together. Not even a casual miss you in the comments section. In the Chrisley world, where image has always been everything, the absence speaks louder than any words. Fans are quick to point out that the Chrisleys rarely miss an opportunity for a public show of family unity, unless, of course, there's trouble brewing. Could reconciliation be possible? Despite the distance, there are signs that hope isn't lost. Both Savannah and Chase have admitted in different ways that they love each other. In fact, Savannah has said, "At the end of the day, we're blood. We're Chrisleys. We're going to argue, we're going to fight, but I'll never stop loving him." That's the thing about sibling relationships. They bend, they strain, they sometimes break temporarily, but they're rarely gone for good. Some fans believe that once the family stabilizes, Savannah and Chase will naturally gravitate back toward each other. Others think it may take a major life event, like Todd and Julie's eventual release from prison, to force a reconciliation. The bigger picture. The Chrisleys built their brand on being a tight-knit, slightly chaotic, but deeply loving Southern family. If Savannah and Chase can't patch things up, it threatens not only their personal relationship, but also the carefully constructed Chrisley image. And that's why their falling out feels so significant. It isn't just a brother and sister at odds. It's a reminder that even reality TV's perfect families can crumble under pressure. Conclusion: what really happened? So what happened between Savannah and Chase Chrisley? The truth is, it seems to be a combination of stress, different coping mechanisms, and the strain of carrying the family name through its darkest chapter. Savannah has stepped into the spotlight, while Chase has stepped back, and somewhere in the middle, they've lost their connection. But fans know one thing about the Chrisleys. No matter how big the scandal, No matter how loud the fight, this family has a way of coming back together. Savannah and Chase may be distant now, but chances are, this isn't the end of their story. It's just another chapter in a saga that's far from finished. Because if there's one thing the Chrisleys know best, it's how to survive drama, even when that drama is with each other.